What's up guys, welcome back to another video about the old buggy here. So today the owner is coming to pick it up and we are taking it for a bit of a test run, make sure he's happy with it, the way it's tuned and how it performs. So we just spent the morning just getting the bash bar and everything we had to get off to get it all the wiring, getting it all back together. So it's pretty much back together, ready for him to rip. We're just waiting for him to get here. We've left it on the dyno so that we can show him what it's like dead start, like a dead cold start. So you can see, how it goes dead cold. This morning I spent some time getting the Hilux cold start sorted, so that's pretty good at the moment, but I'll wait for it to get cold again and do another one from dead cold start. So hopefully that's sorted, because it was notoriously bad. The owner, Matt, he was really unhappy with how the cold start was, which is pretty much all it is the fact that the person who last tuned it, because they ran out of fuel pump, they didn't get to finish the tune. Cold start's always the last thing you do, because it's a compensation off the, or a correction I should say, off the rest of the maps. So it's always the very last thing you do is your cold start. So unfortunately, because it never got finished tuned, the cold start never got sorted, so it was absolutely horrible. So now that it's done, that should be pretty sorted. He's also sort of, we talked about our options as far as how to go forward with that thing, and he sort of has agreed with us in that 347 horsepower at the wheels in that thing is going to be pretty ridiculous. When you think about it, that's only, what, 80 horsepower short, 30 horsepower short of the R31 that he's got that we built. So it's certainly no slouch. That's quite a lot of power, and even if we went through the effort and he had to pay us to go and put the EMAP sensor into the manifold and check the back pressure and all that sort of stuff, there's not really a lot he can do about it. His options, because you can only get that one housing size for those GT25s, his options are pretty much only to change the whole setup, even if it is a back pressure problem, which we're pretty much 100% certain that it is. So he's pretty much decided that he's going to leave that, which is, I agree with, but that's where we are with that. So that Hilux, once the cold start sorted, is just going back to the owner, which is awesome. And then we're actually getting another one of his cars, so you can look forward to that. He's getting us to do a lot of work lately. But anyway, keen to get into this buggy and have a hot lap. Do you reckon it's going to just be so fun? Righto guys, so we're out here testing, having heaps of fun. Again, there's areas of the fuel map that you just can't tune on the dyno, which you need to touch up for something like an off-road vehicle. So those areas where you're getting off and then back on and stabbing it and stuff is what we're working on cleaning up here today, making sure it's sorted. But didn't have enough fuel in the cell and it's getting a real bad surge, so just going to get some fuel at the moment and then we'll keep going with the map and sort it out properly. But yeah, buckets of fun. Righto guys, so I just had to duck back to the workshop. Just had another customer dropping off another car that we're going to be tuning this week. So just heading back out to the property at the moment to Drew and Rex, testing out the buggy. Apparently Rex sent me a message, apparently Drew found a tree, he reckons. So yeah, we'll see what sort of damage there is when I get there. But we have been having a few issues, mostly so fueling. As I said before, we're having issues with fueling, and I was pretty certain that a lot of it was to do with just surge. So filling up the tank properly, it definitely eliminated a lot of it, but we had a little bit of more work to do with our transient and our like fuel map where it comes into a vacuum. Like after you give it a blip and it revs up and then it comes back into some high vacuum, if you before it recovered idle properly, if you tried to give it a blip again, it would pop like it was real lean. So we had a little bit of area there in the fuel map where we had to just clean up, and then just clean up our actual transient map of actual enrichment. So we got it pretty sorted. We're pretty happy with where it is. Again, being an off-road vehicle, that sort of area of the tune is imperative because you're always on and off the throttle. And especially being like that buggy has got a solid front end, so it's sort of built for both high speed and rock crawling. So it's got some really low gears as well for crawling. So when you're in rock crawling and stuff like that, you're always in really high load areas at low RPM, which can be sort of difficult to get on the dyno. We can put it in steady state and try it best we can, but the best thing we can do is to have a test day like this where we actually come out with Drew, who is the one who drives and races the buggy, and make sure it's tuned and catered for exactly the way he wants to drive it, which unfortunately sounds like is what has been lacking for him going to other places to get it done. Is that, you know, most people are on the dyno, get the power figure out, the door it goes. They're not sort of looking at those areas of the fuel map where you're not in all the time on a normal car, but for an off-road racing buggy or a truck, you are often finding those areas of the fuel map. So but we're getting it pretty sorted. I think Drew's pretty happy with it. We're pretty happy with it. There's just a little bit more work to do just to get it perfect. But we're going to go, Drew's got his next race meet is in 2 weeks from now at Land Cruiser Park. We're actually going to go and be there, just sort of be on standby, and just for in case something happens or if he wants to change something. But you know, a test day like this is perfect for what he really needs to get the thing sorted and to a point where he's happy with it. So it's been a good day. Big day, good day. There. Drew managed to catch a tree.
Should have heard the sound.
Ah, yep. Oh, look at that. I can put my fingers in there. So that is cracked literally in half, the whole wheel. All the way around. You did a good job of that one, mate.
Actually, I thought it was going to hurt a lot more because of the way we were just staring at it and bang!
Yeah, one of those slow-mos. Righto guys, so just heading back to the workshop now. Drew's bringing the buggy back because we still have to actually set up the knock control because the plugs for our knock sensors still have not shown up yet. So that's going to be this week. We're going to get that knock control sorted. Also, we have to continue just trying to get that transient area of the map, that initial acceleration has to be sort of perfect. Being an off-road vehicle, it's very important. So now that we know exactly where we're looking at on the map, you know, being the first real off-road, you know, dedicated race car that we've sort of looked at and tuned, it's some sort of new areas to us. So it was really important to have this day to get it exactly right. And now we know exactly where we're looking on the maps to sort of see where in the transient area we need to improve. we can actually sort of get it on the dyno and use steady state to get it to those areas of the maps and actually dial them in really, really perfectly and get them 100% correct. So really important for days like today for such a car, because you know the dyno is awesome for, you know, street cars, drag cars, drift cars, whatever. You can get your power figure, you can get that wide open throttle. That's all awesome. But for something like this that's off-road, you're seeing, you know, massive load at low RPM, a lot of really areas of a map where you wouldn't see in a lot of other, you know, regular vehicles, I suppose. So being off-road, it is, you know, very important. The other thing is, you know, being that it is off-road, you got really light steering, they got really good hydraulics for the steering. There's not a lot of feedback, and you're always steering with the throttle. So, you know, much like drifting, you steer with the throttle, which means that that initial transient area of that, you know, that just off throttle has to be really crisp and perfect. You can't have it bogging and you can't have it too lean, because if you don't have that feedback with the throttle, you can hardly steer it properly when you're steering with the throttle. So, you know, this is what it's all about, having these days where we can go out with the bloke who races and drives the truck to ensure that it is exactly how he wants it. We've had some really good feedback today. We've got it really close. He's stoked with it. So it's just a matter of having to set up the knock control anyway. We've got a bit more time on the dyno where we can actually, you know, log and trace and make sure we're exactly where we need to be in the map, and make changes exactly where we have to make sure that it is sort of perfect for the application of the car and the engine. So awesome day, awesome fun. Drew, the owner, is really not scared of that thing. It was so much fun. I've always really wanted to get into off-road racing. Obviously coming from motocross and enduro and stuff, it's always been something I really wanted to do. But, you know, always massive, massive amounts of money that I just could never justify. So drifting was always where I fell, because, you know, you can build a drift car for cheap as and still go and get loose as at the track, and it's awesome. But, you know, that off-road stuff is just another level. It's so much fun. So big thanks to Drew for taking me for some laps today. And yeah, we're stoked to finally get this thing sorted for him and have it 100% ready to go. Ready for this race meet that's coming up in 2 weeks. So there's going to be some more content coming up of the buggy, because we've got this week to sort this out, and then we're doing another test day on Saturday coming. So there's going to be some more content. So look forward to that, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you all who watch so much. You know, the channel wouldn't get to where it is without the viewers. So thanks heaps for that. Smash like, smash subscribe if you haven't already. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. See you, bye.